there is new hope for a ceasefire deal and the possible release of hostages in the Israel-Hamas war. A draft of that deal was presented to both sides today. And in the first phase, it could release 33 of the hostages. And for more, we turn now to Asaf Romirowsky, Executive Director of Scholars for Peace in the Middle East. Asaf, thank you so much for joining us. So what do you make of the timing of this potential deal?
Well, thank you for having me. The timing is no coincidence. I think that in the mind of Donald Trump, obviously he sees himself as the same kind of transition between Carter and Reagan. Obviously, the Biden administration wants a win before they leave office, and the Trump administration wants a clean slate. We've heard comments that if they're not released before he goes into office, they will be held to pay, quote, as far as Trump's comment at large. I think that I'm cautiously optimistic. This has been going on for over 460 days. And it's a tumultuous roller coaster where these hostages, where you have actually American hostages, part of these hostage group that have been going under horrific conditions and been used as emotional pawns and pawns in general within this larger war at large. Obviously, the families want them home, but the question is the cost-benefit analysis that plays out here, and the question is who's being emboldened as a result of all of this. Hamas would love to see itself the day after tomorrow being part of all of this, so they are using their patrons to make this happen. And all of this is a part of the larger multi-front war with Iran. So, of course, you can't forget the larger parts as well here. But, of course, we want them to come home. But the question is how long this will take. It's been playing out all along here. I think that the Israeli demand has been everybody coming home, but obviously they understand that they need to play this diplomatic game with an Islamist organization, and we're dealing here with a culture of death that makes no distinction between dead or alive. And so the other fear is, of course, a bait and switch if the deal comes to fruition, whether or not they were going to throw in dead individuals or alive individuals. And that's all part of the concern that you're seeing that is coming out of the interlocutors in Doha currently being discussed.
Yeah, and let me talk to you about that. I mean, like, what happens if these hostages are freed and they return and they're malnourished, they're injured? What does that do?
Well, the evidence that we have currently is that even from the ones who have already been freed, we know they've been tortured. We know they've been malnourished. The PTSD is insurmountable, and the psychological damage has been there all along. So the concern of the families is, bring them home now. We'll deal with the challenges later on. The bigger security concerns, and part of the demands of Hamas is that Israel evacuate the entire Philadelphia route. That is a security concern for the Israelis because that Philadelphia route is exactly where the smuggling has been coming in from the Egyptian side. It maintains the entire oxygen of Gaza at large. And of course, we're talking about active terrorists who are going to be freed and are going to be reactivated. So again, there has to be this cost-benefit analysis here. In Judaism, there is a demand to save, if you save one life, you save the world. From a religious standpoint, obviously people want to bring back as many alive hostages home to their families. They have suffered enough. But obviously there are regional concerns here that are playing out here, and you're seeing that play out here in the Israeli parliament. There was a very fiery debate today between the families and the members of the Israeli parliament.
Yeah, and we will see what happens. Thank you so much for weighing in and for your insights, Asaf. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.